What if I told you that your life is not controlled by luck, not controlled by talent, not even controlled by opportunity, but by something invisible, working behind the scenes every single second of the day, something that never sleeps, something that never argues, something that simply obeys. That something is your subconscious mind. In Chapter 12 of Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill reveals one of the most powerful truths in the entire book. Your subconscious mind acts on your dominant thoughts, whether they are positive or negative. It does not judge. It does not protect you from yourself. It simply takes what you repeatedly feed it and turns it into reality. This chapter is about the connecting link between thought and result, between emotion and outcome, between what you repeatedly feel and what you eventually experience. The core idea, the subconscious acts on dominant thoughts. Hill explains that your subconscious mind is like fertile soil. It does not care whether you plant roses or weeds. Whatever seeds you plant consistently, it will grow. If you constantly think about poverty, fear, and failure, your subconscious begins working toward those outcomes. If you constantly think about wealth, opportunity, and growth, it begins organizing your behavior, perception, and decisions toward those outcomes. Most people believe success is about working harder. Hill argues, something deeper. Success begins with controlling your mental input, because your subconscious acts on your dominant thoughts. Not your occasional thoughts, not your temporary motivation, your dominant thoughts. That means the thoughts you repeat, the emotions you rehearse, the beliefs you dwell on. Over time, repetition becomes identity. Identity becomes behavior. Behavior becomes results. The subconscious is the bridge between belief and reality. The role of emotion here is where Chapter 12 becomes powerful. Hill explains that emotion is what gives thought power. A thought without emotion is weak. A thought charged with emotion is magnetic. The subconscious responds most strongly to thoughts mixed with feeling. That is why fear spreads quickly. That is why enthusiasm inspires action. That is why faith creates confidence. Emotion amplifies thought, and the subconscious responds to the amplified signal. Hill identifies specific, positive, and negative emotions that either elevate or sabotage your results. Positive emotions. These emotions strengthen belief and accelerate action. 1. Desire. Desire is the starting point of all achievement. Without desire, nothing moves. Desire is the fuel that keeps thoughts alive long enough to become dominant. When you truly desire something, not casually but intensely, your subconscious begins searching for ways to achieve it. It sharpens awareness. It increases persistence. It strengthens focus. Weak desire produces weak effort. Strong desire produces relentless action. 2. Faith. Faith is emotionalized belief. It is the ability to act before you see evidence. Hill teaches that faith can be developed through repetition by affirming your goals daily with emotion. When you repeat belief long enough, the subconscious begins to accept it as truth. Faith eliminates hesitation, and hesitation kills momentum. 3. Love. Love is a powerful emotional force. It generates harmony, cooperation, and creative energy. When your goals are aligned with love for your family, for your purpose, for your growth, they become stronger. Love eliminates internal conflict, and internal conflict weakens action. 4. Enthusiasm. Enthusiasm creates momentum. It energizes action. It makes discipline easier. Enthusiasm is contagious, both internally and externally. When you are enthusiastic about your vision, your subconscious supports it with focus and creative ideas. Negative emotions. Hill warns that negative emotions are just as powerful and often more dominant in most people's minds. These emotions quietly sabotage progress. 1. Fear is the most destructive emotion. Fear blocks decision. Fear kills initiative. Fear distorts perception. When fear dominates your thoughts, your subconscious begins creating avoidance patterns. You procrastinate. You hesitate. You second-guess. And the results reflect that pattern. 2. Jealousy shifts focus outward. Instead of building your vision, you compare. Comparison weakens creativity. Jealousy drains emotional energy that could be used for growth. 3. Hatred consumes mental space. It narrows focus. It blocks cooperation. A mind filled with resentment cannot focus on opportunity. 4. Doubt weakens belief. Doubt interrupts action. Doubt reduces consistency. Even a strong desire, when mixed with doubt, becomes unstable. And the subconscious responds to instability with inconsistent behavior. The connecting link Hill calls the subconscious the connecting link because it connects your conscious thoughts to infinite intelligence, your creativity, intuition, and internal guidance system. When your subconscious is dominated by positive, purposeful thought, it begins producing ideas. It begins connecting dots. It begins guiding decisions. But when it is filled with fear and doubt, it closes off clarity. The subconscious does not argue with you. It agrees with you. If you say, "I can't do this," it aligns your behavior with that belief. If you say, "I will find a way," it begins searching for solutions. The quality of your life is tied directly to the quality of thoughts you repeatedly impress upon your subconscious.